I've got something super special for you today. It involves kids. Some ideas that will help you connect with them as they garden, cook, and just get in touch with the natural world. And to help me do this is my great friend and blogger, Jerusalem Greer. She's dropping off her two sons, Wiley and Miles, and they're a lot of fun. Oh, that's them now. Let's go get them. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, Jerusalem.
Hey, Alan. How you doing?
We'll see you after a while.
Boys, be good.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. Come on in, guys. Wiley and Miles, come on in the kitchen. I've got everything set up for us today.
Oh, we have plans of our own, Mr. Smith.
Really?
I forgot the tape.
Oh, we'll be fine without the tape.
What do you need tape for? We don't need any tape.
You'll see.
Can't we just talk this out? I mean, I know you want to do the show all by yourself, but is this necessary?
Please trust us, Mr. Smith. We are professionals.
Yeah, we do this sort of thing all the time.
Just think of it as a little break, a short sabbatical, if you will.
What if I just leave? You wouldn't have to tie me up, and you could do the show exactly the way you want.
Well, we wouldn't know that you wouldn't interfere with our plans.
And it's more fun this way.
Just sit tight. We'll be back in a little bit after we take care of some things around the farm.
But guys,
Yeah, why don't you just take a nap?
But guys, come on.
How high is the water, Mama? 2 feet high and right.
A rule breaker and outlaw in his own right, Johnny Cash's career was greatly influenced by his early childhood experiences growing up in Dyess along the Mississippi River Delta. Today, the Dyess colony has been resurrected through the restoration of several historic buildings, including Cash's boyhood home, which exhibits the lifestyles of typical colonists and the impact this area had on those families.
She loves you, Big River, more than me.
Lester, this is such an astonishing place right out here in the middle of the Delta.
I know, it's come a long way from swamp whenever we started and to what it is today. It was swamp until 1934 whenever Franklin Roosevelt had the idea of creating a New Deal colony to try to get families off of the relief rolls, give them an opportunity, give them a house, give them property, and let them get back on their feet after the flood of '27, the droughts, the stock market crash. And ironically, Dyess was the largest agricultural resettlement colony in the entire United States. But what we're doing today is telling their stories of survival, their stories of overcoming, because they overcame incredible odds. One of the families that came out of this, one of the success stories, is the Cash family.
Of course, everybody knows Johnny Cash.
That's right. They moved into the colony in 1935 along with the other 500 families, and they stayed here until 1953.
So this house represents a typical Dyess settlement home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Cashes were just one of 500 families that moved here, and this is their house that we've been able to preserve, but this is typical for everyone who lived in Dyess. But a neat story is whenever Mama Cash, like many other women, came into Dyess, when she moved in here, there were 5 cans of paint sitting on the floor. And she sat down and cried because she had never lived in a painted house before.
Oh my goodness.
So it was really something that was emotional, and Johnny, as a 3-year-old, remembered that.
Looking at the floor cloth, which is the reason we're wearing these booties, this is the original floor cloth that was in the house.
That's right. Miss Joanne, which is Johnny's sister, who also grew up in this house, said Mama had a red floor with white roses, and we didn't see it.
Yeah.
And as they pulled up layers of subflooring, this is
there
what was
it was.
underneath.
Yeah, very good.
So this is the very floor that Johnny Cash played on. Right behind you is Mama Cash's actual piano.
That's her piano.
This is her piano. That's the piano where the
that
family
he talks
gathered.
about, yeah.
Yes, the family gathered around, they sang songs. That was her piano, and it's been preserved in Dyess. They actually had a train that came into town that would bring all the supplies. So when Johnny Cash sings about the train coming into town, and the cotton fields and the soil, he's singing about things that he knew about.
Yeah, that
This
had
was
made
his life.
an indelible impression on him as a child and a young man. Of course, Johnny Cash is one of the greatest musicians of the 20th century, a real American icon, and it's interesting to come to a place like this and see what influenced him.
It's something that's very, very special. The family comes back all the time. They heard about this and they all supported it 100% because this is something that it tells a bigger story. It gives you the context for you to understand the man, Cash,
it does.
not just the star that he became. You literally can touch the soil that has shaped so many families. It's a part of our American heritage, and it creates who we are. It's that resilient spirit to overcome the odds, to band together, to make something out of literally nothing.
In today's world, it's often a challenge to get young people to unplug from technology and develop real-life interpersonal connections. For the teenagers of a multi-faith group in Arkansas, the House of Prayer in Little Rock provides a space for open discussions as well as meditation.
I'm Emma Figarski, and I'm of the Jewish faith.
And I'm a Muslim. I'm a Methodist Christian.
And I'm a Buddhist.
I'm here today with my youth group, which is called the Multi-Faith Youth Group of Arkansas. I started this group 3 years ago, and the reason I started this group was, for me, my faith is very important. I find so much beauty in my faith. But every time you look at the newspaper or media, all you see is faith as a dividing force between people, and that's what I saw kids going through. So I wanted to create this platform of dialogue where youth can come together and have meaningful discussions about their faith, about faith of other students around them, and cut through some of those stereotypes and misconceptions that are being embedded in them by the mainstream world.
It's made me think a lot about other religions, not only just what they believe, but also what people stand for, and also how similar a lot of religions are and how they all have really the same ideas that you should love everyone and treat people with compassion. And it's also made me think about my own belief and my own faith.
The whole idea of the group is to have a space which is safe, which is diverse, which is inclusive, where we can not only learn about each other, but we can also respect each other, celebrate each other, and cherish each other's customs and traditions. So we have to be open-minded.
And we're kind of just like, it's really not that hard when you get to know each other. You realize you're really not that different, and you have more similarities than differences. I don't know, I feel like when we learn how different we are, we're like, okay, you're different, I'm different, but we still love the same TV shows, and we still go see the same movies. So we're really just the same. And we can just love each other even though we're like so different.
Most of our dialogue meetings have a specific theme to the meeting. Everything needs to be aligned with their shared values within their own religion. Like today we are meditating, and they all have some form of meditation in their own faiths. Once you enter the house of prayer, you enter the pre-meditation room, you take your shoes off, leave all your worldly belongings like your phone and your keys and the noisy stuff outside, and walk into the meditation room. And the room is specifically architecturally designed to help meditate. We are going to have a good 30 to 40-minute dialogue about their experience of meditation. How does it feel like to pray with people of different faiths? I mean, you tell me, when will you ever see a site when you have a room in which there is a Muslim and a Buddhist and a Christian sitting together and praying?
What was it like? What was the meditation like? What did you enjoy about it? What was maybe challenging about it?
There's no right or wrong way of doing it. It's just how you find your peace and how you feel right I just felt myself subconsciously smiling, and I just felt peaceful.
We switch on the TV and we see religion as the most divisive force in the world right now. But you come to our room, our youth room, and you will see a Jewish and a Muslim child holding hands and, talking and having fun and laughing with each other.
We aren't always going to agree on everything, and we're not trying to convince each other to agree, but it's just like respecting everyone's opinions as valuable and valid, and then being willing to listen to people who disagree with you.
And once they go out in their own communities, they have better tools of communication to talk to people of other faith. They're more aware, they're more educated. They just help build bridges between people of different faith. They are the leaders of our future. And slowly, step by step, we'll make this world a better place.
What is going on in there? Sounds like there's a tornado in my kitchen. You guys take it easy. Kids being in the kitchen is enough to stress most people out, but at the Clinton Culinary Camp, not only is it encouraged, it's required.
Here, Alan, you're gonna love this.
He's so cute.
I'm with the Clinton Presidential Center Culinary Camp. It's my 4th year, and essentially we learn how to cook.
And we're here to, kind of look at all the ingredients and learn where our food comes from and the quality of it.
We actually started as a student chef series where we went into the schools after school programs and taught kids how to cook from using a cardboard knife, and then really showing them, working their way up to knives, and then showing them how to cook eggs and stuff like that. The idea and the premise behind it is if you know how to cook for yourself, then you'll never go hungry.
Each year we learn new techniques on just different things that you would use if you were working as a chef.
What you do is you learn more about culinary arts and how you cook, the science of cooking, ingredients that you should use. You learn a lot about working in a kitchen around other people.
Your first year you get a knife roll, and then each year we add knives to it. They get their own jacket each year with a bar, so 1 bar is first year, 2 bars, second, 3, 4. The first year, that's really about teaching them urban or self-farming, nutrition and sanitation. Second year, we really hone in on the skills. We break down all types of proteins. They really sharpen their knife skills. They'll sit there and chop carrots all day. Now the 3rd year culinary camp, they have cupcake wars. We pull in food trucks. We go down to the farmer's market, give them $20 for each group. They come back and have food truck competitions.
They love it. Every kid I've talked to just loves the program, is excited to come back. They don't want to leave after the 4th year. They wish they could come back more. So we just built this counseling program so the 4th year graduates can come back and counsel the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd years. It's very hands-on. They make everything. I give them a recipe. They measure it out. They bake it. It's a passion for most of these kids. They love being in the kitchen. They love to be creative, and this is an outlet for them.
Each culinary camp culminates with a reception for the parents. This year is pop-up restaurant, where it ends up in a restaurant where we set it up from start to finish, and so they develop menus, and at the end, it's it's an a la carte seated and served dinner that they seat, cook, and serve their parents. The theme this year for the pop-up restaurant is the 50s Diner.
All right, table 1, ready to serve, table 1.
Moss Mountain for the last 2 years has been the highlight of each week of culinary camp for pop-up restaurant, and the reason being is that they get to see Poultryville, and they really get to hold the chicken, and they get to go out there and they get to pick their own berries and taste it and really see what it is like that you don't have to have processed food.
I think we come to a place like this so we can really learn about how our food is produced, and it gives us a new appreciation for it and just really shows us how our food gets from the animals to our table.
It's important for culinary kids to learn about where your food comes, because I mean that's the whole process of cooking, is learning where you get your food, and then it helps you learn how to prepare it.
My kids actually attended it, and they helped me cook. They put on their chef's jackets and their chef aprons that we give them, and really it's neat. And they are now making great decisions, and hopefully we can touch as many kids through this or the Student Chef Series as possible.
Of course, your kids don't have to go to culinary camp to help out in the kitchen. Just start them off with a delicious, easy recipe like this easy tomato sauce. Why not give your kids some gardening space of their very own with this great little kiddie pool raised bed? It's a fun way to recycle those old plastic pools while teaching your little ones the joy of working in the soil. Ow! Hey, you guys, be gentle on the grass out there. You know, if there are areas of your lawn where you don't really want people walking on it, you might want to guide them with stepping stones. They're actually easy to make. Check this out. The boys. What's going on here? The crash and all that noise, I thought I was gonna come in here to a crazy mess.
Don't be silly, Alan.
Yeah, we told you to trust us.
You guys are amazing.
We made you some fruit pizzas.
Boy, those look gorgeous. You know, kids can certainly be a handful, but there's a great joy that can be derived from watching them learn and teaching them how to connect with the natural world. Until next time, I'm Alan Smith. Hey, where'd you guys find these amazing peaches? Gosh. Guys!
Hey, Miles.